Hi, this is Mia. Hi, it's Mia. I am really. I'm done. I took my hair band thing off, my hair tie off. I'm just vegging out. It is 6 something, 6:30ish. I am online and I got a berserk of messages from this guy that I gave my number to last night, and it turned, I don't know, like, I don't. Is this bad? Do I get turned off by dudes with muscle? I think I do. Like it's I don't know if it's a vanity thing. Like I don't know if it's like, are you getting buff just to be healthy and strong and be able to like my ex-husband was like after we moved here, especially he was lanky, tall and lanky, but he was like lifting heavy stuff, so he had like these rocks, and it was just, and he was a younger dude, we were in our 20s when we met, and he would kind of show off the muscles, and I'd be like, ooh, because he was working this job for so many months, years, that it was just getting more defined. But it was my husband, like, that wasn't why I fell for him. It wasn't, like, I didn't think, like, oh, God, you have these rock muscles, like, you're gonna be attracting a bunch of women, I better be careful, like, I'm gonna be jealous, It's one of those things for me where I guess, okay, I work as a naturopath physician, and people would criticize me for not going running. Somebody said, man, I can't believe you're a naturopath and you're not even in shape to walk. Like, I said I walked up to the grocery store before, and I was surprised that I could make it. Now, I had, like, gotten a car accident, like, a year before that, or 2 years before that, or it was, like, a year before that, and I couldn't, like, walk. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I missed 3 weeks of work. I was online trying to figure out if I needed a bedpan, and I was like, I don't even know if I could let myself potty in the bed. Like, I need a toilet or a bush outside. Like, I was so sick and so hurt and so unhelped, and I just said, people in the world suck, and except for my kids, and I am going to mind over matter myself to crawl on my elbows to get to the bathroom, because once you can't walk to the bathroom, you don't drink water, because then you're going to have to go to the bathroom. So I sat here and lost like 6 pounds in a day, and like from the first day of the accident to the second day. And I know, because if I could walk or couldn't walk or would come and go, I wasn't completely paralyzed, and I lost muscle function and nerve. I had neurological issues and sensory issues and proprioception issues and the worst pain. Like, I had a posterior childbirth, natural childbirth, and he was really painful. At home birth, no healthcare practitioners, nobody rubbing my back, nobody getting me sips of water, nobody saying, it's okay, honey, just breathe, no music, like nothing, like nothing. And just me and the wall at home. I don't know if it was white. I love it. My old house was white wallpaper or light color with pink velvet flowers in the whole room. Purple, like, not shag carpet, but purple 70s carpet. And it was like kids, so it was like kind of flat. The other house had shag, but it got all worn out because it didn't get changed for like 20 years, which I'm into shag. You can bring shag, but I just love the way it feels and looks. I see people saying, remodel your house, get rid of that 70s. You'll see commercials like, they've seen ads in the junk mail. They'll have like this green fridge, or these pink tiles, and these orange, I don't know, something trim somewhere. I'm like, no, no, keep it. And then they'll show the new one, and it'll look high tech, it'll look like white or beige with a little bit of trim somewhere, and then the counters are no longer this weird green or whatever color, and it's like fake marble or something. It looks really streamlined, and it looks really clean, and it looks really fresh, and it does look really modern. But for some reason, I'm like, just love the colors. I love pinks and oranges and that weird 70s green. I don't even know if that's a color. It's not lime green. It's kind of green. It's like green bean green. That's what it is. I was like, pea green? No, that's too bright. It's like green bean green. My old house I grew up in had a yellow refrigerator, a green stove, and the matching green fridge was in the basement. And I don't know why they never moved that fridge out. And I was like, can we use this fridge? But maybe it broke and it just got stored down there, and then nobody ever, it could still be in there. That fridge could be like from 1961, I swear. Like an antique. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. I got on a tangent about shag carpet. I sang to the wall through my pregnancy, and that settled it down. And when I went no contact with my abusive, I don't like to say I don't like to take ownership. When I went no contact with abusive people in 2016, I had horrible days. I still feel like 2018, it's easier for someone like me to take the punch or to be harassed or to be assaulted, because that's my familiar zone. Like, it's easier for me to just not, it's basically giving up so that you don't cause conflict. You're not causing conflict, but you don't want conflict at any cost. Even if you hold up your hand and say, stop hitting me, stop talking to me like that, stop stealing my tax refund, and, you know. So 2016 to today, I still feel so. Okay, so this is what I was gonna say. That lady, I like. Okay. Who is this guy? I was talking about the 90s. This guy used the word. Okay, so I only have been talking to mostly white. Sifter. I don't know what that is. I had to look up stuff before I respond to people. This is a new guy who just turned up out of nowhere. Had nothing in his profile about electronic dance music, and all of a sudden this conversation just blew up. Should I give this other guy my phone number or not? No. I'm tired of giving people my phone number. Especially, I'm like, I'm not sure about this guy. I'm not sure about this guy. This is one this doesn't smell at all. Like, sometimes they're like hair products in my hair. This was like a tiny bit, like honey. Maybe I eat so much honey. It's probably like I just drink honey tea. Maybe that's why. Usually I wash my hair ties. This one doesn't get washed very much, or if at all. I might not wear this very much. I wash everything else, but they're like different material. It gets dirty faster. I had to play the piano just to get a cheerful outlook. Like, it wasn't cheerful. It was going from really, really low and depressed to be towards neutral. And this wasn't a clinical depression. This wasn't a pitiful depression. This wasn't a seasonal depression. This was a, oh my God, I can't believe that I allowed these people to abuse me, and now I set boundaries, and I can no longer tolerate toxic people, whether they're related or not, and I have to not be toxic to myself. So I sing some. My rabbit gets mad if I sing off key. I'm not a singer. My voice is like totally screwed up. my voice is like got so like raspy, like my throat is always seems to be closed up because I work around gluten and I'm like really allergic to it, and I can sense a lot of nasal and throat issues, and it's like the prodigal son being a kosher Jew and spending all his money on partying and girls and prostitutes, and then going home, or before I went home, being broke, and all he could do was clean up after pigs, which is not even like processing meat. You're like in the with the pigs, and you're with their poop, and they're with their stuff. On the way to Cedar Point from my old hometown, we would pass a pig farm. God, awful smell. And then someone said, be careful when you buy land out in the country that you want to homestead on. I was like, man, we're getting a yurt. We're going to take that thing down and move that sucker 200 miles to the west if we had to. I'm scared of yurts because of weather and mice and things being able to chew its way through there. But at the same time, I'm wasting so much money. It's like, if you're going to waste for $2,000 a month to rent some, one, my office is a closet with no windows. It literally is the guy across the hall. It was his closet storage area. And B, my home is super small. So I can probably stretch my arms across 3 times from this wall to that wall. That's how wide the house is. So if me and my kids went outside and held hands, we would be too long. And it's about that this way too. That's really small when it's set up like a house. If it was set up like a single wide trailer, then we would have to, or a New York City tiny apartment, then we would have to be like in my mind, I'm still thinking it's a house. We can put furniture and wood and stuff and dressers and pianos. Like, no, you can't. Like, most of the stuff was given to us. I'm going to read you from my book because I'm not focusing. I was saying I wanted to do my guitar more, but there's strings, I don't know, there's stuff going on. Guitars. The piano is easy. You sit down and you play. Or you stand up and play. Even if drum gets on the bench, you move it up and put it on the couch. And it just takes me back. I have books that I read as a child or studied, and I rebought one of them. One of them was my brother's beginner book, and my beginner book I rebought on Amazon. So we're going to go through the list of 12 things so from October, it was around the 1st of October. There's a guy online right now. So the other relationship blew up. This guy is not responding to me. I was going to maybe meet somebody tomorrow. Let's message this guy. I don't want to meet tomorrow. I don't even want to, wait, what? I don't even want to, like, I think I was supposed to be doing eBay. I don't even want to talk to anybody right now. Well, what's your number then? That's so rude. They didn't even say please. This guy calls himself a cub. And I was like, what the heck's your problem, self, Mia? What the heck is your problem? Because you're like, could you ever meet the west side? This guy's from a different city, west side of Portland. What? Let's say hi, how's it going? This guy is like, I don't know, 28 or something. I'm like, someone is like, oh, why, you like younger? Like, all these guys are like, you like younger? I'm like, I'm having more, like, I had an age of, like, maybe 26 or 28 to 70 or something. I don't know. I just had the random upper age, but I was just like, I don't know if I put, like, 25 to 70 or 25 to 66. And then there was some really old guys. And I don't care about your age. It's your individuality. You can't help it that we're going around in circles in our earth and we're aging as we do that, or we're going around the sun. Alright, look at me and I'm going to be 66 and be like, oh, nobody wants to date me. It's like, duh, we should have gotten our partners when we were young and spunky at 20-something. Like, duh, oh, I did that. Facepalm. Didn't work. Alright, so this was written 9:30, and I don't like to fall into a pattern. In the past, from my birthday on to Christmas and into the new year, it's really hard as a single parent. I had been a college student, so it was like the time of year where if you were living on financial aid, you didn't have any aid. All of it was loan money, so you didn't really have money in the first place, and you knew how to pay it back. But if you worked part-time or you worked in college, and the college is closed, you can't work for one thing. But my one job, you only got paid once a month. And then if you are a student and a mom and you pay for daycare, like, for 2 kids, the daycare could be more per hour than your own paycheck. And so that becomes why should I go to work today and earn $53 if the day's daycare is $99 or whatever? Like, it's really hard. Especially sometimes the state would be like, you have to work and pay for daycare. You're like, daycare at this place is like $1,800, the cheap place, $1,200 a month. And I would be earning like $950 a month, or like you would net like $785 a month. But your daycare is like, you're like, okay, I'll have to get a credit card, charge a credit card to the daycare center, then I'll go to work. Like, no, you'd be better off you wouldn't be in debt if you just sat at home and had no money and no food, no electricity. Like, the one thing you wouldn't have any money anyways. If you went to work, you'd still have no money, electricity. So we had to, like, figure crap out, dude. It was so hard. It was so hard. I'd be working, like, as often as I could get a babysitter. Like, and I'd only be working, like, 2 hours a week. Because I'd have to drive my kids to Clackamas County, drop them off at somebody's house, come back to town, go to downtown, pick up a client, go work out with this one client, and then go back. So it'd take like an hour to drive to Clackamas, or like, in traffic, come back downtown for an hour. So you're basically driving 4 hours and working 1 to 2 hours. And then, so it's like you had a big metal car. That's gas. A lot of gas. Here's my list. To do, for me a list. So I had hoped to do this 1 week or 2 weeks before my birthday. So the start of October. Guess what? That was a month ago. Go to a meeting. So go to a meeting at Lano Club. This is all abbreviated, kind of. 1 hour early or 1 hour stay and read downstairs. Okay. That one. Okay, let's go through the list first, and then I'll go back through it. 2. Go to a participation speaker group Monday, Alano, or question mark. I'm going to fill this in. There's one on Saturday night. 3. Sit in library 1 hour Tuesday. 4. Bring 2 charts to office and sit and clean up for 1 to 2 hours. 5. Coffee shop. 6. Place, sit, eat salad with avocados and sea salt. I've been craving that like a fiend for the month. I've been craving an avocado on my salad with sea salt. Like, I keep saying, like, oh, she could have bought Hot Fresh. Like, a coworker went and was having stomach issues. I was like, I could not stand eating there. I used to eat the chicken sandwich. I'm not just saying that that's like a really long time ago, but again, I have a weird diet and I have allergies, and who knows what it was doing, what is mixed in there. It might not be bad. A lot of people like it, obviously. I looked this up too, like 2 months ago. They had a salad with avocado and some dressing and some, I don't know, the little slivers of tortilla chips, like that El Pollo Loco. That was like, I was like, oh, I could pay $8 for the salad, no dressing, tell them to hold the little crumbles. I'm like, really? Why don't you just go buy avocado is expensive. It's either $1.50 or $1.25 or $2. Sometimes they're like, aren't they like $3.99? No, that must be no. They could be actually $2.99, $2.50 for an avocado. I think that'd be cheaper. You get to buy a salad from a salad bar or just a box of pre-rinsed salad. People's early sit at table for an hour. 8. Sit in park and chill. 9. Put table outside. Do 1 hour photo shoot on eBay. 10. Go out with a guy. 11. Go to counseling. I really never, ever, ever. I begged in 2004 when I noticed the pattern of abuse from my ex-husband and recognized that my dad and mom were that way. Oh my God, that wasn't normal. It took me 27 years to realize. And I begged, I said, I think I'm falling into old patterns by being associated with people in the community who are abusive. And they're like, no, you're in a homeless shelter. You need to go and you're counseling. You need to work through how you're going to get housing and how you're going to get money and how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that. And I'm like, dude, I mean, if you think back on it, it's like you have mandatory case managers at the shelters and at the transitional housing. You have DHS. I had a substance use counselor and a mental health counselor and a regular DHS worker who also contributed to housing, jobs, all of that stuff, safety. I had a domestic violence grant. This lady named Carrie from Michigan, from where I went to college, she was so nice and great. Like, I don't know if I didn't have this worker, because I had some really rude ones. Like basically you were entitled to something and your kids and yourself were about to starve to death and you're trying to temporarily get help. Some people would just cut you off and just treat you like garbage. Like this lady treated you with dignity. God bless this lady right now. Please, like, oh, I'm being bossy to my higher power. Let's see what's going on. I don't have to do anything. Everybody's wondering how this online dating thing's going. They're like, wow, you have to deal with a lot of men and a lot of stuff and a lot of this and a lot of that. And I'm like, I'm not meeting anyone. I get a few texts and then I found out I'm not going to go to their house and have sex. And then it's like, let's see. Oh, this is like mine. Let's see. Why is my iPad acting so weird? I don't know if the sensitivity is on. Go out with a guy. Go to counseling. Pay. Okay. 12. Spontaneous, alone, or with others. Oh, so cute. Kid asked if she could try the mouthwash. Max. Ugh. Chat. 19-year-old. It's okay though to talk to someone. Oh. I didn't know how old this guy was, and he was another vendor in a store, and I saw him a couple times. And at first I was like, why does this guy, you always think, why does this guy keep walking around? He's been walking around for 3 hours, and you're like, oh, because they work here. Like, why am I here for 3 hours watching him walk back and forth? I'm like, I started to get threatened, like, oh my God, this guy's a stalker, man. I was just like, this guy kind of looks freaked out, like, uncomfortable. And you're like, oh, because he's like me, standing there trying to sell stuff to strangers for however many hours of your every day as a career. And then I stopped to ask what he was selling and stuff. And then he started talking about his mom and his mom's friends. I was like, oh, that's so cute for a teenager's mind is still on this loving parent. Like, I think that's adorable. Some of the music I have collected over the years. I have no idea how I decided, how I made a decision. On what I would like. I wonder what my Amazon password is. Is probably in a genre that I haven't named, that I haven't categorized. So back to the muscle guy. I typically don't pick like on profiles that's just like, ooh, my God. And it's just like these guys sometimes don't, like, they say they're looking for a long-term relationship and friends are like, oh, okay. And you're like, that's just how he looks. But then it's like, oh, is that a really dark picture? Wait, does he have his pants undone? I'm like, wait, no. Because I'm not really, like, my eye is trained to not look. I was like, what does his face look like? Why is he looking down at the baseball cap and all this stuff? And so I'm just like, I had so many people that were looking for a relationship, and then they were like, okay, I just want to hook up with you tonight. Like, we would be getting dressed, like, texting to start to get ready to go meet somewhere, and then they'd be like, okay, I can't wait. And it would come out that they were just trying to have sex with me, and I was just like, wow. It's like in my mind, maybe it's because of who I am. It's like, I can't just think about who is, shoot, okay, rewind. I can't just think who is, I'm trying to shrink this down with that. Like, they make it so touchy, like you're so close to unmatching someone as to just shrinking down your conversation. Someone else sent a message, maybe. I have to refresh this. I don't have the app. This guy, I'm not attracted to this one guy. His picture is horrible, so if you have one picture and it's really far away and you have sunglasses, that kind of creeps me out. So this guy, the only thing that he looks like he's on drugs. The only thing he's showing is his blue eyes. And he's got the drug one question not answered. So, I just felt really cheap. Like, I felt like, how can you just look at a woman, a child of God, and just think, this person has a place in her body where I can stick something in a hole. That's all you want. Well, since I'm not a male, maybe I don't understand. Like, I used to kind of be a sex addict. Like, I kid you not. And I understand the behavior. But I was also, like, not really sober. So, it's so embarrassing to talk about this stuff. Now, besides, I've been studying STDs for a week. Like, I've been studying STDs because I'm a physician, but I've been looking at my, like, I live right on 3 county lines, Multnomah, Washington, and Clackamas. I, like, literally, I think we can literally, within 5-10 minutes, walk to 3 different county lines, so, where I live. yeah. And then there's multiple cities that you can be, like, that place, was it Utah? Was it New Mexico? Where you can, like, be at Four Corners. That's where I live. I live on that. It is kind of wild that we could, like, I walk fairly slow, so, yeah, anyways, thinking about that stupid lady who's like, you can't even walk to the grocery store without being winded. Like, I was in a car. I was an athlete my whole life. I was, like, really active as a child, like, super active if I wasn't in formal sports. Roller skating, like, fiend, like, crazy. Like, I'd roller skate so many hours a day, and then I'd do all organized sports from 8th grade on, and then martial arts from, like, 12th grade into right before I went to medical school. I was doing martial arts when I wasn't pregnant and nursing. I pretty much, a couple of years of college, I didn't do it either. It's so stupid, guys. I hate when people make judgment. Like, if you're going to run and you're going to do, like, even the Chinese medicine doctors, they're like, be careful of how certain activities can wear down your heart. Like, people yell at me for not eating enough protein. They're like, dude, I think I ate way too much protein. I can feel, like, the enzymes in my body, and then the fatty stuff with the nuts and the oil and my gallbladder is, like, working overtime. I can feel the pain. Alright, so I got 2 messages. Popular is cool, but sharing chai tea I've never heard. Is there another message? It seems like this guy I went to block. First name starts with an S. I went to block him and accidentally called him. I pocket called him. I put the phone in my pocket and it called him. And I went to go hang up and my phone froze and I started screaming. I threw my phone. I was at work. I didn't throw it, like, violently. I just dropped it, or, like, threw it across this table. I was like, oh my god, take the battery out. Oh my god. I was like, talking to this guy at work. I was like, face palm, double face palm. And then this guy proceeded to keep calling me back. I want to subversively, I can't read this word, use my knowledge of the Asian highlight and just orders. There's amazing stuff. I do have a few 80s, 45, 45s. This guy's trying to mesh us together. Who are you? Alright. Let's go to the list. He said that, actually. Or meld. Mind meld. There's, like, the Vulcan. I love Star Trek, okay? I really love Star Wars. Okay. Star Trek, I watched... Oh, God, I almost want to look it up. Remember the guy from Reading Rainbow? And I swear, those headbands, or his eye thing, you know those banana clip things from the 90s? Where I try to do all the stuff the white girls would do with my black hair. Please. Really? I tried. I didn't give up. Those banana clips, they'd open up, and then they had those teeth combs, and then they would snap together, and then your hair would be like, like a horse, I guess, like a mane. Oh my god, I was like, oh, why does this guy have that on his eyes? Like that's straight out. Like, we didn't have a drugstore, really. We shopped at the DX, which was basically the drugstore part of the store, where you got your hair supplies and your scrunchies, whatever those came out. And we're like, why is this guy, like, wearing that on his, like, he just went to the drugstore and bought one and just glued it onto his face. I watched that one. And then I watched, was there one called Seven? Not 7 of 9. Me and my kids went through the one with 7 of 9 at least once. I don't know how many times. I don't know if we went through it more than once. We love the one with 7 of 9. Oh my god. Alright. I don't want to look it up. And then, the original Star Trek. My friend, so I just told this guy about, he was talking about music. And I was talking about my brother being 8 years older. So me and this girl, I was always the youngest in my class, being an October birthday. I was probably supposed to wait another year to go to school, but I already been to school, so I was freaking 2, so my mom wasn't going to have that. Some of us, but it was Michigan, some of us probably had a weird kind of deadline compared to out here. They're pretty strict. I think they seem pretty strict. My daughter just made it, and God, she would have been kind of like so bored if she didn't go to kindergarten when she did. She was so bored at preschool, and that she went to a super intense school. They were reading chapter books in kindergarten, and somebody had like a kid that was a few years older than my son, and she goes, "Your son is reading chapter books?" I was like, "Good God, he's in 2nd grade." I was like, "He's been doing this for 2 years." Like, she's like, "My son is like in 5th grade and can't read at all." Like, well, I'm like, everyone, like, these people, like, especially white women get super mad at me, and I'm like, dude, my mom was a teacher. You had to do stuff. You can't sit around throwing boogers out of the wall. Like, you had to do stuff. You had to study all the time. From day one, you had to learn, you had to read, you had to speak French, you had to do with it. You had to do music lessons, ballet, go to the ballet, participate in all these extracurricular activities. There was culture. We weren't going to sit around. And then my dad's part of that was freaking insanity with the classical music on the weekend. He had this super great, from the Vietnam War, stereo system in the basement that freaking shook the house. Now, mind you, we had a brick, sturdy, old wooden brick real house. That house would shake. It was like, oh my gosh. Like, you would jam on that thing, on that stereo. I swear, I started jamming on that thing and I was impressed. They don't make stuff like that. Maybe they do, but I don't know. I don't have it. Except for my little Goodwill finds from the same time period. I remember my friends saying, like, we were in elementary school, maybe junior high, but right, elementary school, like, oh, my brother watched Star Trek, or, like, people, like, someone said, I was watching, I just loved He-Man, and my friend liked He-Man, my friend from 1st grade, and she had a little sister, and I remember talking to her, like, oh, my sister just loves He-Man. I was like, oh, yeah, so, that was, like, I don't know what it is, girls and boys from the 80s. I don't know if it was how girls were. Like, I played with Barbie and G.I. Joe and Chucks and Barbie Corvette. Like, Tonka trucks, the old-fashioned metal ones, or whatever they were, if they were Tonka. Like, you did guns where I grew up. You did archery where I grew up. Fishing, swimming, boating. You did outdoors, hunter safety classes. Like, I don't know if it was where I grew up. You just were not, like, I like girly stuff, but the other neutral or masculine stuff I loved. I don't know if it's just my experience or if there's a lot of girls and women that were like that in the 80s. And there was a huge double standard in my family on what girls could and couldn't do. Even my own grandma. You can't build a house. You can't camp out in the wintertime. You can't do this. You can't do this. Why, Grandma? Because that's the only conversation I ever had with her. Why, Grandma? Because you're a girl and girls can't. Girls are weak. Women are weak. She goes, no, girls can't do this. Alright, so go to a meeting at Alano Club 1 hour early. I'm going to stop and restart because this is way too long. I'm not going to edit. Last edit turned into a pink blob.